This is Rover Red. Welcome to the Otherwhere. If you would like to help Rover Red survive her perilous journey, please go to roverredpodcast.com/vote. You could submit your suggestions, vote on what Rover Red does next, or join the Rover Council. The Rover Council is free to join, and they receive access to 3 unpublished prequel episodes of Rover Red, as well as special polls hidden on secret, password-protected pages. They act as Rover Red's collective unconscious. Rover Red is completely reader-guided, so make your decisions carefully.
Leah and Remus slowed their turbines as they reached the outskirts of a small town.
Can I get a route update, Evie?
Leah, the entrance to the abandoned compound is just south of this town. Remus looked over to Leah. Did you want to go into the town?
I don't think I have enough time.
What do you mean? Remus asked. You have all the time in the world.
Doesn't matter. Forget it.
Remus laughed and shook his head. Whatever you say, Rover Red.
Let's keep going.
Leah and Remus powered up their turbines and continued toward the abandoned compound, bypassing the town completely.
Where's the entrance?
Leah and Remus wandered down a rocky and narrow ravine, looking for anything that might be an entrance. The walls of the ravine were rocky and barren. Remus looked just as confused as Leah felt. I thought you knew. You're the one with the map.
You're saying you don't have a map of any sort?
Remus scowled. Of the areas and cities, sure, but not of the Rover compounds. We're not exactly at war with the Rovers, so what would be the point?
I don't know. I thought Conquest had all this tech, so I assumed you would know where all the Rover compounds were supposed to be.
We hear rumors just the same as you, but if it's not on a map, we don't know where it is. That's kind of why I wanted to stop back at that town, to ask someone if they knew where we were supposed to go, or at least what to look out for.
And they were just going to offer this information willingly to you?
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't.
I might know a reason why. You're at war with them?
Remus started to respond, but decided against it. Wisely.
Where do they find the time?
The Rover Council has reached out to a black market dealer in the town next to the abandoned compound who is equipped with an EV device. They decided to contract this man to deliver a large supply of bone meal, soluble in water, in order for you to strengthen your bone mass and survive longer.
Evie, how much longer will I live if I take this stuff?
That's a good question. One that I'm sure the Rover Council did not concern itself with. At most, you will gain a few minutes to your life. As Leah and Remus rounded a corner in the ravine, they were confronted with a man wearing a velvet trench coat with silver floral details that shone in the moonlight. Before him was a wooden pallet upon which sat an enormous, cubic, plastic container, the length of a turbine and height of a dead-life soldier.
Perfect timing. Let me guess. This is the black market dealer?
I am unsure.
Hey, mysterious, shiny trench coat person. Who are you?
The man didn't answer, turning away from Leah and walking away. Leah called out just before he slipped into the darkness.
Do you know where the entrance to the abandoned Rover compound is?
Leah couldn't see the man's face, but she could hear the smile in his voice when he finally answered. Continue following the ravine. It's a dead end. The man disappeared into the night as Leah and Remus approached the pallet. Remus shifted the lid of the plastic container to one side so they both could peer inside. The entire thing was filled with fine powder.
That's a lot of bone meal, but I can't carry this.
Remus shook his head. He must have brought it here with his speeder. I don't see how else he could have carried it himself.
Read it, Evie.
Hello, Rover. Please forgive this terrible, terrible parcel some of us have foolishly elected to send you. There were other, more immediately helpful options that the Rover Council ultimately disregarded for the sake of extending your life a few days longer. The calcium supplements you hold in your possession will not fix your bone loss problem, only slow it down temporarily. The council could have voted to send you all manner of useful things, but I guess the matter is out of our hands now. Either way, you should probably use this item as best as you can to tend to your dwindling health. Good luck out there, Rover. Persephone.
Well, at least Persephone gets it.
Remus looked over at Leah. What do you want to do with it? Leah shook her head.
Leave it. If it's still here when we get back, great. If it's not, that's fine too.
You're not even going to take a little?
Where am I going to carry it?
You don't have any smaller bags in your pack?
Are you kidding? My entire pack is filled with smaller bags. They're just all filled with other equally useless things. Do you have anything I could carry some of this in?
Remus sighed. No.
Wonderful. Let's keep going then.
Leah and Remus continued along the ravine, leaving the pallet of bone meal behind. Eventually, the ravine ended at a stark rock face, and set into the craggy rock was a square opening.
Where's the door?
Remus inspected the edge of the opening, glancing back at Leah. It's a sliding door. Leah frowned.
Weird. The door to our compound swung open. What?
Leah, the compound you're heading towards is right on the border of war. It might be one of the 2 hidden password-protected entrances into the province. You might ask Evie or Conclave if they know if it is. Also, I know it goes without saying, but be careful. Amy.
I mean, the door's wide open, so...
Leah and Remus stared into the gloom. Nothing moved within the Rover compound, but Leah felt a vague sense of unease at the yawning mouth.
Remus, no one who's gone in has come back out.
I know, Remus said. Besides, I'm just a dumb boy on an adventure. You ready? Leah glared at him.
Yeah, I'm ready. Try to keep up.
Whatever you say, Rover Red. Leah and Remus stepped into the abandoned Rover compound. The door slid shut behind Leah and Remus with a metallic crash. Sudden darkness fell over everything as the moonlight was shut out. Remus immediately ran to the door and frantically tried to pull it open. It won't budge.
Okay.
We're trapped. You get that, right?
Yeah. We're trapped in a Rover compound. Oh no.
Small glimmers of amber light slowly began to glow into existence and then blink out, floating in the space between them.
Evie, where is this light coming from?
I am unsure.
Can you scan the light to see if it's organic?
Scanning. The source of the light is organic in nature. Leah reached her hand out, palm up, and allowed one of the glowing points of light to drop into her hand. It stayed lit for a moment and then blinked out.
Remus, have you ever seen anything like this?
No, Remus said, still struggling with the door.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the door. I'm working on it.
Turn around, Remus.
Remus sighed, but turned around. When he saw the floating, glowing bits of light in the room, he started breathing quickly and fell to a sitting position, pulling his knees up to his chest. It's too close. The walls are too close.
Calm down. We're fine.
How do you know?
Do you know how far I've made it by myself?
I don't know what that has to do with claustrophobia.
Back in the compound where I grew up, we had a couple of kids who were claustrophobic. Do you have anything that calms you down when you're stressed out?
Remus's cheeks filled with color.
Out with it. I need you functional in case anything happens. What calms you down?
Remus didn't make eye contact when he answered. My mom used to sing my brother and me the Dead Life Lullaby at night.
Evie, search the Book of Rover for Dead Life Lullaby.
I found one entry for the Dead Life Lullaby, and it goes as follows. Silt and stones may break my bones.
Silt and stones may break my bones.
But Rover cakes are silty.
But Rover cakes are Hey!
When war's declared, no blood is spared.
When war's declared, no blood is spared.
There can be no peace treaty.
There can be no peace.
Remus interrupted her. What are you doing?
That's the Dead Life lullaby, right?
Those are the words, but you know what a lullaby is, right?
Not really.
It's a type of song.
Oh, okay. You want me to sing?
I think it would help calm me down.
Fine. Evie, is there any sort of music attached with that song so I can sing it?
Yes, one moment. Silt and stones may break my bones, but Rover cakes are silty. When war's declared, no blood is spared, there can be no peace treaty. Leah, you're not singing.
I didn't know you could play music.
Maybe you need help. Conclave, please sing the Dead Life lullaby with me.
I don't think that's necessary.
Confirmed.
Wait!
1, 2, 3, 4. Silt and stones may break my bones, but Rover cakes are silty. When war's declared, no blood is spared, there can be no peace treaty. Leah, you are still not singing the lullaby. I am sending the words to your device now.
Okay, fine.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Silt and stones may break my bones, but Rover cakes are silty. When war's declared, no blood is spared, there can be no peace treaty. The soldiers fight with strength and might, the Emperor protected. With his decree, his subjects we, by him we are directed. We march along, both weak and strong, his orders always followed. With suits of silt for killing built, his word is always hollowed. We are Dead Life, and spear or knife, our orders are to kill you. Our numbers rise with children spies, you won't enlist or will you?
Remus took a deep breath. I think I'll be okay now. I just need a couple of minutes.
I don't think I'll ever be okay after that. What now?
Leah, the Rover Council has strong reason to believe that the abandoned compound you're headed to is densely populated by hostile forces. We don't know who or what lies there waiting for you, but it's likely they will invariably try to harm and possibly kill you. The Council has very little information regarding this compound, which means we can't help you with what lies ahead. Tread carefully, Rover. The Council will watch over you as much as it can. Terry Pie.
Why wouldn't something be trying to kill me right now? Silt! How many messages are they going to send me?
I am unsure.
Big surprise there. Just read it.
This message is quite a bit longer than any other message you've ever received. Maybe you would prefer to read it on your device? Leah glanced at Remus and nodded to herself.
Yeah, think I have a couple minutes to spare? Go ahead and send it.
The glowing lights floated in the darkness around Leah as she stood at the center of the entry chamber to the abandoned compound, reading a message from a member of the Rover Council named Karine. As she read Karine's heartfelt letter, she realized she didn't fully understand the Rover Council. Personalities existed there with her best interests at heart, but they were operating with limited information. Oftentimes, they made assumptions that were incorrect, yet understandable. Leah also realized that some members believed in her more than she ever had herself. They seemed to understand how frustrating it was for her to be told to do things that didn't make sense. They understood how alone she felt. As Leah wiped the tears, she looked up at the ceiling and closed her eyes.
Thank you, Karine. I'll do what you suggested from now on.
Leah heard Remus shuffle up to stand beside her. Who are you talking to? He asked. Evie?
No, a friend.
As Leah and Remus stood in the quiet entry chamber, they watched as the floating lights danced away from them. Remus glanced at Leah, who nodded.
Let's see where they're leading us, but be ready. I don't trust anything in this place. Something definitely feels off here.
Are you going to tell me what we're looking for? Remus asked. I'm trapped here with you now, so you might as well.
We're looking for a piece of the prophecy. The famine shard?
The prophecy? That's a load of nonsense. Besides, the only shard ever found was the Rover shard, right?
Yep, the only shard ever found was definitely the Rover shard.
When Leah was sure Remus was looking away, she smiled to herself. The floating lights eventually led them to a giant hall. Before them were 3 openings, each double the size of the entrance to the Rover compound. The lights moved to the openings, and Leah watched as they stuck to the rocks, spelling out several words above the entrance. Spanning both entrances was the sentence, "You shall not tread here again." Above the left entrance, the glowing lights spelled out the words, "The past." The words above the middle entrance were, "The present." Above the right entrance were the words, "The future."
Okay, Karine. I'll give it a shot. But keep in mind what you told me. Evie, send a message to the Rover Council.
Proceed.
Ask them which entrance I should go down, or if there's something else I should do.
Done.
This was Rover Red. We'll see you here again in 2 weeks. Your suggestions and votes will determine Leah's future in the Otherwhere. That website, one last time, is roverredpodcast.com/vote. Vote wisely. Rover Red was produced by Bloodworth Creative, starring Madison Martin as Leah and written by Christopher Bloodworth. If you enjoyed Rover Red, please rate and especially review on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or wherever you found us. Reviews are important because they keep us on the charts where people can find our show. Rover Red is supported by you, our listeners. For more information, visit our website and click on Support Rover Red in the upper right-hand corner. We couldn't make Rover Red without you. Thank you so much for listening.